Hi guys, it's Jean here and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you my most favorite features in Procreate. This video will go over 7 tools that I feel are useful to be familiar with as a beginner. Alright, let's open up Procreate. I'll be using the screen size canvas here. The first feature that I would like to share with you guys is the 2D grid, one of the 4 modes under Drawing Guide. I always like to start out my drawing by turning the grid on. For my CHIBI drawings, I usually like to keep the head and the body the same size, so having the grid on helps make it a lot easier. It also helps to align your character on the canvas vertically and horizontally. To activate this feature, simply go to Actions, under Canvas, turn on Drawing Guide, then tap Edit Drawing Guide. Here, you are also able to adjust the grid size and select the grid color using the top slider. Number 2 is the selection feature. If you have seen some of my tutorials before, then you would already know that this is my favorite tool when it comes to coloring. For my illustrations, I like to keep my line art layer and color layers separate. In addition, I tend to create several different layers for shadings on top of the base colors. Therefore, the selection tool comes in super handy as we are able to save the selection and apply all the different color layers to it. While in the selection mode, you can also remove or add areas to your selection using the plus and minus icons at the bottom. Number 3 is Symmetry, another powerful mode under Drawing Guide. Again, go to Actions, under Canvas, tap Edit Drawing Guide, then select Symmetry. This is such a lifesaver when it comes to creating symmetrical objects or characters. It basically cuts your workflow in half compared to having to do it in the traditional way. You are also able to move and rotate the guide in any direction that you like using the 2 nodes right here. For a more in-depth tutorial on how to apply this feature into your drawings, please check out my Sailor Moon tutorial, link in the upper right hand corner. Number 4 is the color drop fill. This feature allows you to fill any closed shape by first selecting the desired color and drag it inside the shape. Check to see that the threshold is under 100% so that it doesn't fill the entire canvas. I often use this method to fill in simple objects that do not need a lot of shadings like the character. You can also switch to your previous color by holding down the color icon. Number 5 is Alpha Lock. Once you apply Alpha Lock on a layer, you will be able to paint inside what already exists on that layer only. This feature works directly on your base layer and no new layer is created. So using Alpha Lock often makes the editing process a little difficult when you need to further tweak your drawings. For that reason, I usually use this at the end on the background when I want to add some kind of texture to my color background, knowing that I won't need to make any further changes after this. To turn on Alpha Lock, select your layer and hit Alpha Lock, or simply use 2 fingers and swipe right on that layer. Number 6 is Clipping Mask. This is a safe alternative to Alpha Lock. Clipping Mask lets you manipulate different layers on top of a base layer without destroying the content on this base layer. Simply add a new layer on top of the one you want to edit and select Clipping Mask. This feature is literally the Alpha Lock, but on a separate layer. Clipping Mask is often used when it comes to deciding the right color for my characters or even the background. With the added Clipping Mask, you can easily toggle the layers on and off to decide which one fits best for your design. Number 7 and the final feature I want to talk about is the Gaussian Blur. I use this feature for everything on my drawings, from the character's eyes, hair to the background. Gaussian Blur quickly smooths out your active layer and creates that dreamy and out of focus appearance. This useful feature can be found under Adjustments, and you are also able to adjust the amount of blur by sliding left and right on the screen. I just love using this feature. With the natural soft blend, it creates instant enhancement to your drawings without you having to do any real blending at all. And that's it for today's video. I wanted to create a short one to share with those of you who are just starting out using Procreate and would like to know some of the unique and useful features offered in the app. Have fun creating, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, guys.